Hi, welcome to OCD, Obsessive Critics Disorder. We're just a couple of guys hoping to bring about the South African perspective of movie reviews.
So we're here to talk about Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. First things, pacing. I think this was a primary thing that most people did actually bring up in terms of what they didn't really like about the film. I think both of us just found it really choppy, really just all over the place in terms of tone, in terms of what they wanted to keep realistic and gritty versus fantastical and sci-fi. I don't really know what the term is for that, but
I think there was just so much going on all the time. There was so many agendas, so many subplots that I think they kind of got lost in their own grandeur, because we're getting like these DC hardcore fans,
all
like,
new characters and backstories.
Like,
and
have you read the comics? Have you read them? Do you even read, bro? And then, and it's like, that's not the point. You've got the general public here, the people that are going to pay the money.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are going to foot the bill to carry on these movies. And if they don't understand what's going on, it's a mess.
Pretty much.
It's a difficult one, because it's like, throw in 100 Easter eggs, but when you don't know what's going on, you don't know what's going on unless you're a hardcore fan.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help, in a film sense at least.
For me, the piece that confused me the most was many of the flashbacks, in terms of especially the one where Batman is envisioning, it's either a dream sequence or a sort of vision. I don't know what it is.
The nightmare scene. Yeah.
Basically, that whole scene, that took me out of the film. That was my first piece of the film where I started to question how much I was enjoying it. And right after that was that whole flashback scene, well, pun intended, with Flash, where I looked at you during the film, and I looked around at the cinema, and I just saw confused faces everywhere, which is, to me, the definitive turning point where the whole film sort of just became a little messier and a little bit choppier. Another thing for me was the forced exposition of the other Justice League characters. I'm not alone in that. I know a lot of other people have felt the same. I know you feel the same as well.
Oh yeah.
It was a lazy way to reveal them in like an email, basically.
Yeah, I think the introduction, the big reveal of the rest of the members of the Justice League was really sloppy. Somebody has paid huge money to write that in, and the fact that they made it seem like somebody at LexCorp sat down and already gave each of them their aliases, as well as their own custom logo. That ruined it for me. I would have rather it been kept as raw footage that Batman maybe sent Wonder Woman later on, maybe something they could have learned from Marvel as a post-credits or mid-credits scene. Just something a little bit, I don't know. It kind of separates it from the main film instead of forcing it in there to set up the entire DCCU. So
I think I would have preferred it to not be footage at all. Maybe one of them, perhaps, but like not every single character to be just introduced via some sort of footage. It just kind of feels lazy. I mean, like, it is lazy, and it comes across that way, unfortunately.
Especially when the Flash was already revealed, with him popping out of Batman's screen there. So
yeah. Casting wise, Batman was really cool.
This was a really, really awesomely cast movie.
Ben Affleck, I mean, obviously, if anyone was still doubting him, there will still be some people doubting him, but I think he did a really good job.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill, I don't know how you pronounce it, but I think
Cav.
Yeah, old Cav as we call him on the weekends. I think he's very underrated. People say that his performance of Superman is somewhat shallow, or more hollow, but like, I didn't really find it that way. Like Man of Steel, and in this representation, I do find him to portray the inner turmoil and conflict of the character very accurately. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman was very cool as well. People may have moaned about her proportions, I suppose, according to the comic book, but I think that she looked the part. She was very, she portrayed strength, very cool attitude. I particularly like that scene where she was smashed back against the rock, and she kind of gave like an almost annoyed sort of look at Doomsday.
It didn't phase her much.
Back in there. I really enjoyed that. And then it comes to Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, who was very middle of the road for me. I found that he missed the mark very often, but there was a select few times where I was like, well, that was pretty cool. That was quite sinister. Like, I see kind of what he was going for. There was a couple of times. The court scene, which was caused by him, I thought was very ominous. That was very cool.
One of the best scenes in the movie, I've got to say, yes, yeah.
But, I don't know, did you enjoy his portrayal?
No. No, not one bit, to be honest. I prefer...
Nothing.
No. I much prefer the dapper political figure in front of the masses, and then behind closed doors, he's this crazy, mad scientist out to get Superman, and it's just like power hungry. I would have preferred that portrayal of him instead of a slightly twitchy OCD. We left the positives of this movie to the end because I think both of us, especially me, I didn't want to go into this movie hating it. I hope this video hasn't seemed like it's another one of those backlash videos. I wanted to walk out there creaming my knickers from ecstasy from this film. So yeah, look, when this movie did something right, it went balls to the wall and
smashed
it
it.
smashed it. I mean, that opening sequence, so minimalist with the text, the opening credits, it was beautiful, and I think that is the best interpretation of the many thousands of Batman's origin story that I think we've seen. So
just the way they shortened it, the whole gun cocking backwards, breaking the pearl necklace, and the
and Martha Wayne's eye dilating as she dies, I literally got goosebumps. So
that was amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
I also really loved the scene of him running into that rubble, and the way he just stares angrily at the sky when he sees them flying and fighting. I was just like
seething hate. I mean,
Ben Affleck. I also really enjoyed the first confrontation between them, where Superman rips open the Batmobile doors and that's the first signs of aggression between them. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was epic.
That defiant, the way he stands up out of the Batmobile. Yeah. Like, I don't fear you. You might be a god, but zero fucks were given. Really. I love that.
Hans Zimmer.
The score was amazing. Personally, Wonder Woman's backtrack, oh my god.
The ending credits scene, like literally as soon as the film ends, that score that happens as the credits roll, I was just speechless about that. Cinematography is really cool. Obviously Zack Snyder is renowned for that.
It was dark as gritty, but I think Zack Snyder is capable. I don't think this movie was Zack Snyder's fault. I think this felt like studio interference. So I think,
and too many ideas shoved into one avenue.
So
I really want to see the director's cut, the 3 hour.
I can't wait. I cannot wait for the director's cut. I think I'm going to pre-order the shit out of that collector's edition.
Yeah.
Because I want that Batsy on my next to my bed so I can...
Bat toys!
Memorabilia!
So I think overall, our rating is a 6.5 out of 10.
Yes.
We didn't discuss this beforehand. What did we say? 6.
It was between a 6 and a 6.5.
6.5.
6.5.
I would have loved to walk out with this being like my favorite film of 2016, but
we'll have to wait till Justice League Part 1, and then hopefully they've learned from their mistakes.
Hope you guys enjoyed this. It's our first review, and subscribe if you want to see more us talking about shit.